Hi everyone, this is Dr. Fab Mancini, and I'm so excited that you're here with us because today I'm going to bring to you brand new technology that is actually revolutionizing how good you look and also how young you look. I want to make sure that you understand this technology like if you were a doctor like me. I want you to understand that right now you can be the healthiest that you can be by just simply leveraging the resources of technology and science. And today we have this technology called VibraGenix. VibraGenix. This technology actually, I'm going to bring to you their founder, and this technology has been around and it's impacting the lives of thousands of patients because of all the science behind it. So, Dr. Carolyn Stites, it's so great to see you again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, Dr.
Well,
Fred.
I just want to find out a little bit about the history behind this, because tell me a little bit about your journey in the healthcare industry and what got you to this point of bringing this technology to the world.
I would love to. So I was raised with traditional medicine. My family had doctors in it. I had a lot of exposure to the traditional way of medical thinking and healthcare, and had a lot of opportunity to watch surgeries and really pay attention to what was going on. And that was kind of my direction, my path that I was going to head was family business. And what I ended up realizing was that we were doing a lot of surgeries, giving a lot of medications, and it wasn't really a health care system, it was a sickness management system. So I really always believed in my core that we are created to self-heal. I mean, that's the way God created us, is to be able to self-heal. And I knew there was something missing in our equation. So I went into naturopathic medicine, became a naturopathic doctor. I got a master's in nutrition. And then I started studying frequency medicine and energy. And that is really where it's at, because we are frequency. That's what we are. We're energy. So I think Einstein and I think Tesla had it figured out a long time ago, saying the secrets basically of the universe are in energy, frequency, and vibration.
And it's interesting because a lot of times there's a lot of people that don't understand really about frequencies. We live in a society, as you know, and you mentioned it very well, and that is that we live in a sick care system rather than a healthcare system. That means that we don't go into the system until we're sick.
Right.
And what we've been promoting, especially in my life for the last 35 years, is that we needed to actually remove that and change that to a healthcare system, meaning we want to focus on our health. We want to do the right things. We want to think the right things in order to be healthy and not ever wait until we're sick to do something. Now, you become a naturopath, even though your background has been into medical and being around the traditional healthcare system.
Correct.
And you begin to study the frequencies. And of course, you mentioned Einstein and Tesla. These are legends in that space of energy.
Yes.
What was it about those frequencies that you felt could actually have an impact on the health of someone?
Well, my logical mind told me that if we are frequency and an energy system, why aren't we using that as the medicine to treat people? And I found numerous frequencies, 80 years worth of frequencies, and started implementing them into my practice, and it really made a huge difference. So it led me to the next step of finally creating the most comprehensive wellness system that there is.
Now, the VibraGenix machine, and I'm your biggest client, your biggest fan out there, because just standing in this unit, it changes your whole body.
It does.
Not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually, because you feel the changes.
Yes.
And you understand that science. But right now, when we're looking at VibraGenix, right, you see this beautiful technology, and it looks like something from Star Trek. It just looks amazing. And then you get on it, and all of a sudden you really understand that you have sound that has frequencies, you have vibrations that has frequencies. You see a monitor that gives you all these amazing opportunities to select the things you want to work on.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about the benefits of this machine, and maybe give me some examples of maybe some real cases of people just like me that you have helped over the years.
I've seen it do amazing things in people's lives. And if you'll look at the images behind the machine, you'll see an energy field, and that's what we are. That's the actual direction of our energy field. It's constantly flowing through our body. We're putting out emotional information, mental information. We're bringing in the same information. This is how people overlap and affect each other so much. And it also does a whole bunch of other things. So one of the most profound things this technology does is on a cellular level. So cell voltage is really, really critical to health. Most people have a cell voltage around 50 millivolts. Well, there's a man named Otto Warburg that won a Nobel Prize for his work in research on cell voltage. And he discovered if you get the cell voltage to 70 to 90 millivolts, the body becomes a spontaneous healing machine. And that was kind of the key that I was looking for. So we have found that that applies to just about every condition. So if you're looking at pain management, I mean, pain is a huge issue. It's the number 2 prescription in the United States. And especially chiropractors, PTs, and individuals constantly dealing with neck pain or back pain or joint pain or neuropathies, foot pain. If you can use the right frequency formulas that are specific and combine those with the fact that this technology raises your cell voltage, you get that spontaneous healing effect. And those symptoms just go away without any drugs, without any surgery. We had a gentleman that had back pain for 20 years. And he was on the machine for almost 4 weeks, 3 times a week, and all of his back pain went away. And we had another man that had shoulder pain for 10 years, lived on ibuprofen. And he had too much energy blocked in that area, too much trauma. Moving all these frequencies through your body and increasing your energy field and the energy movement, in 4 sessions, his shoulder pain went away.
You know, when I discovered your technology, what I got excited about is the fact that we're trying to get individuals to understand that pharmaceuticals have a place in the healthcare system, and we all understand that. But the problem is the abuse of pharmaceuticals by many people and the potential side effects that it causes. So for me, I chose to not be a medical doctor, but to be a doctor of chiropractic, and then I studied acupuncture and energy medicine and nutrition because I wanted to be in the holistic world. I wanted to help people understand that maybe by changing behaviors, we can get better. Maybe by trying holistic remedies, we can get better before we introduce a drug that may have potential side effects. Now, the interesting thing that you just mentioned, and we just talked about pain. Pain, there's an opioid epidemic, as you know.
Yes.
The United States consumes more opioids than any country out there. I think 3/4 of all the opioids come from this one country.
Wow.
But the challenge is this. When I stand on the VibraGenix, all of a sudden, you're not giving me a chemistry or a chemical to go into my system where my system has to break down. That may have a potential of impacting one of my organs in a negative way. You putting me in a machine, and through sound and vibration, you're able to create frequencies that are actually healing my root cause of a problem, not just my pain, but what caused my pain in the first place.
Yes, root cause is so important.
And that's really what is such a revelation for me, because there's a lot of people out there that are sitting at home, or they may not have access to a provider. I mean, I know that you have many providers, healthcare providers, that have these machines in their offices. You also have gyms that have this, or medical spas that have these technologies, businesses that actually bought the technology, so that way all their employees can actually go through it and be able to be part of the healthcare initiatives in that company and reduce their healthcare costs and maybe get more engagement for their employees. But tell me a little bit about, other than pain, what are some of the other conditions that you find very effective when somebody is thinking about, I don't know if there's hope for me? Yeah, I know you mentioned potentially diabetes, neuropathy. I know these are very common conditions. Tell me a little bit about, by creating that frequency and getting you to that voltage that we want to create and that cellular, what are some of those conditions that can benefit just by standing in this machine?
Well, let's talk about mood elevation, because mental health is a huge issue right now, especially since COVID. It always has been. It has been the number 1 prescription in the United States for years and years. And there are frequency formulas that are created to lift your mood, give you energy, relieve your stress, and take away your anxiety. So just by standing there, that frequency formula is treating your whole energy system without any drugs, and all those symptoms just go away.
You know, I start thinking about the people out there that are not comfortable going to a therapist or maybe talking about their issues. You know, this could be a great complement where now all of a sudden they can actually, on a cellular level, begin to heal whatever trauma, emotion is they're
Yep.
dealing with. I mean, we know that anxiety is an all-time high, depression
Yes.
is at an all-time high, suicide is at an all-time
It
high,
is.
stress levels at an all-time high. And after the post-pandemic, the researchers expect that over the next 5 years, they expect what they're calling right now a mental health tsunami. That
Wow.
this is going to wipe the whole world because all of that anxiety of the last 2.5 years has been building up to the
Yes.
point that people haven't even begun to see the after effects. So, what would be some of the recommendations that you would have if somebody out there is feeling a little depressed, is feeling anxious, is feeling perhaps worried about their future, and they don't know what else to do? Where do you feel that this technology can really make a difference?
I think it can make a difference in everyone's life and give you hope. I've had people that actually use the machine for weight loss that had so much depression that they didn't even tell me about, that within a couple of weeks they were getting off the couch, they were playing with their kids, they were going outside and working in the yard. It changes your life at a frequency level.
You know, let's talk a little bit about also another conditions that we see very often, and that's cardiovascular conditions. You know, you have high blood pressure, you have potential early heart attacks that we're seeing more and more out there. What I love about this technology is the fact that by simply vibrating to those frequencies, you can allow the body to begin to get stronger from inside out and begin to solve whatever issues led the person to those symptoms. Where do you see the cardiovascular component of VibraGenix?
Well, VibraGenix, when you're on the machine, within 10 minutes, you get an hour's worth of cardio or 90 minutes of Tai Chi or Qigong. So movement is really important to the cardiovascular system. And I know that pre-COVID, 68% of America was sedentary. And that's really difficult when it comes to cardiovascular health. The other thing it really impacts is lymphatic health. That's probably the most neglected system in the body, and it's the basis, underlying cause of most disease. A lot of people don't understand the lymphatic system, but it really literally parallels your veins and arteries and kind of acts like a vacuum cleaner, but it doesn't have a pump like your heart. So if you're not doing movement, especially the right kind of movement, there's not enough time for that lymph to get thrown up and the one-way valve to close and get that lymph moved through your body. I know that lymphedema is just skyrocketing, and that's when the vessel gets too full and leaks into the tissues. So this is fantastic for lymphedema, for moving the lymphatic system, for moving the circulation. It's really ideal with people with balance issues, elderly, so they don't have to go out and walk and have to worry about falling.
Well, I was thinking, you know, when I go to the gym, my gym has one of your units, and it's so interesting. The line to use that is bigger than the line to the treadmill. And I think it's because, like what you said, 10 minutes on this machine can give you an amazing cardio workout.
Yep.
Instead of feeling like you have to do an hour workout.
Yes.
And as you know, I mean, we use it in our home because we know that our time is very valuable. And if we can begin the morning with a great workout right then and be able to get our vibrational state, then we're going to have a much better day. But let's talk a little bit about also another system that tends to be very much talked about, and that is our digestive system. We've seen that because of the foods that we eat, there seems to be a lot of issues out there with gluten intolerance. There seems to be a lot of digestive problems, constipation, where people can't go to the bathroom. We seem to have individuals having early detection of, you know, intestinal problems where they now need intervention. Where do you see this vibration really helping the digestive system? Because that's such an important system of the body.
It is. And there's quite a few frequency formulas that are specific for digestive issues, abdominal inflammation. Constipation is literally one of the top 6 reasons people go see a doctor. And really effective frequency formulas for moving everything through, for detoxifying the system, for encouraging proper digestion. And once again, back to the cell voltage, getting the body to heal itself.
Well, let's talk a little bit about another topic that I know everybody wants to know is, can this help me lose weight?
Oh, that's a big one.
I know you hear that all the time. So how does it help you with the losing weight?
So, well, we talked about the 10 minutes equaling an hour of cardio, but it's not just that. We put the frequencies in there for lipolysis and cavitation that they use in non-invasive lipo. We put the frequencies in there for stimulating the thyroid, so you get thyroid support and support your metabolism. So then you're detoxifying. We run frequencies for stress relief and mood elevation, because those are the two primary reasons we eat the wrong things or we overeat. And it has an amazing, amazing effect at weight loss. I have personally probably all of the challenges. I'm 56. I went through menopause 14 years ago, early, and I have half my thyroid. So I am in the top tier for women that would worry about something like that. And I use the weight loss frequencies every day for weight maintenance. My business partner's wife did everything right. She exercised 4 days a week. She ate right, and she was still a size 14. And it took 6 months on the machine, and she went down to a size 6, and she stayed there the last 8 years. So it takes your body to its right weight, and then you just stay there.
Well, there's so many people out there that are doing so many things that are not healthy to lose weight.
True.
And I'm saying to myself, my goodness, if I can just stand here, get a 10, 20-minute session, get my frequencies that you already put in these machines, help me, why wouldn't I do that? I mean, it makes so much sense. And the reason why probably so many of your patients love this technology. One last topic that I think is important is we're seeing more and more cases of dementia, cognitive decline, potentially forgetfulness, fogginess. A lot of people are getting concerned about that because initially when those cases came about, it was on people that were 70 and older. Mm-hmm. Now we're diagnosing those conditions in our 30s and 40s. So tell me how this technology, because I know the nervous system, the brain is an electrical system, it's full of vibration. So how is this technology going to help my brain be the strongest that it can be so it can handle all the loads of everything that I deal with on a single day?
Well, there's two aspects you can go at it from. So if you're dealing with something you know about, like dementia or Alzheimer's, there are frequencies that you can address that with. Also, again, increasing that cell voltage, your body starts healing itself, clearing out energy blocks. There's also brain entrainment and brain balancing formulas in there. There's a beat for the left hemisphere and a beat for the right. Most people know that as binaural beats, but there's a third one for the midbrain, and it really helps balance the brain chemistry.
I love that. Now, let's go a little bit more towards the science, because we know that science is very important. And I know that there are frequencies that you have researched over the period of time.
Yes.
You've tested this. We've had thousands of people that have gone through these protocols. Tell me a little bit about, as a layperson, how can I understand the science and where it came from?
Okay, we've included a lot of different technologies in this machine. So not only Eastern medicine frequencies, the brain entrainment and all of that, but we've taken all the Rife frequencies that were initially developed, and then we converted them into sound frequency formulas. And the reason it works so well, especially in sound frequency format, is because you're 70% water, and sound travels 5 times faster through water. So when you're on this machine, those frequencies are literally reaching all of your cells, 100 trillion of them, all at the same time.
I love that. So now you've been through this process, you developed this technology. What do you think, if you're thinking out there, somebody watching us right now, watching this show, hearing you, they probably can't believe it. Number one is the first thing that I think about is like, can this be true? Mm-hmm. But what is it that you wish people would understand regarding this technology that will make them want to participate and either engage by either finding a place that has a VibraGenix in their place, whether it's a gym, a medical spa, or a business, or whether to get one for themselves like we did, because we love the technology so much that we just had to put it in our house and realize we want to have this technology every day, because we actually want to reverse the clock. We want to look younger, feel younger every single day. And we know that frequency is everything. So what is it that you feel that you wish they would know that will make them understand the value of this?
That there's hope. Everybody's discouraged by their current medical condition, what they're fighting with, the medications they're on, the lack of progress. Most of us want to turn back time. I've seen people look 15 years younger, act 15 years younger, not just emotionally, but energetically. And I think if you could just try it and feel it, it will change your life.
You know, well, I can tell you I was a witness of that, and I know Karen did the same, and that's the reason that we're such fans. And for those of you that are listening right now, look, if you're not inspired, you got to check your pulse, because right now I couldn't wait to do this show, because this is one technology that has fascinated me. How is it that within 10 to 20 minutes, you can stand in this VibraGenix machine, which is beautiful, by the way, and all of a sudden, all of those frequencies, all of that science that have been around for years have been put together in order to do a simple process of you being able to get the benefits that would have taken years to put together, or perhaps many hours for you to get the same benefit, all without a potential side effect. We're not introducing chemicals in your body. We're not actually asking you to do more work. In fact, we're asking you to do less work. We're not in a position right now that we are telling you something that doesn't have science. In fact, there is more science in this technology that I can even tell you. It would take 2 or 3 shows just to show you all the science. But what I want you to do right now, if you feel compelled that this is something for you, I want you to go ahead and snapshot or take a shot right now, the QR code right here, and get on a call with Dr. Caroline. And the reason that I'm encouraging a call is because you matter to me. And I want to make sure that if you have any questions, you don't have to come to me. You go right to the source. And she graciously has allowed you to be able to do this call at no charge. I can tell you that she charges thousands of dollars for her consultations, but she cares about you. She wants to make sure that if this is the right fit for you, if VibraGenix seems to be something that resonates with you, if you maybe tried other things and continue to be disappointed that they don't work, give yourself a chance. Give yourself permission to say, you know what? I want something different. I deserve to look better, to feel better. I deserve to get rid of my pain that's been dragging on my body for years. I deserve to have a better quality of life. I deserve to live longer, but healthy. I want you to do that right now and enjoy this amazing technology. I know the consultation with Dr. Caroline is going to be amazing. As you can tell, she is full of information and extremely credible and well-researched in her subject. So I want you to take advantage of this. Click right here, set up a calendar with her, and make sure that you get your answers questions. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being a part of this. And Dr. Caroline, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
And I will see you on the next show.